There's room for two more.
I'm Tori. I am future building occupant and shareholder also in Mosaic. And I guess my role in the project is general cat herder, I suppose.
The Mosaic Center was designed to be emblematic of a higher standard for the future. For Oil Country's own Tori Fisher, there's a significant motivating factor that influences her desire to leave a healthier planet behind.
I think it's going to be wicked to come back to work at the Mosaic Center because I'll finally get to see all these things we've been talking about for the last year and a half. And I'm going to have a little life that I'm responsible for, which is why it's so easy to stand behind a project like this and want to spread that word because it's such an important thing for the future. A great quote that lives with me is, "We don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our grandchildren." Really, what legacy are we leaving for our kids if we don't start making the right choices now?
June. The Mosaic Center is starting to take form. But even during the summer months, the northern climate of Edmonton can be challenging. June has been one of the rainiest summer months in recent history, and it slowed production to a halt on more than a few occasions already.
Mother Nature sent us a few setbacks here, so we are running into some weather issues.
It's a mud hole, putting it bluntly. But it's been pretty frustrating because every time you want to get something done, you're in ruts that are 2.5 to 3 feet deep and full of water, and it just gets close to being dry. Then it rains again, so it's been testy. There's no doubt about that.
The mud can be demoralizing after a while. People get a little frustrated, always working in the mud, and you feel like you're spinning your wheels, and there's been a lot of that, literally spinning wheels.
We're having problems getting cranes on site, just moving material around.
We've probably lost at least 2 weeks, maybe more. I'm not sure, but it seems like we've lost an awful lot of time because every time you turn around it's raining. So.
Rain and mud might slow down construction, but it's the vision behind the building and the desire to create community around it that keeps the owners optimistic.
In a conventional office building, everybody kind of has their space, and we wanted a building that would actually force people, like electrons, to collide and create that energy. So we handed that vision off to the architects, and it took a lot of patience. We really gave the architects and the design team free rein for about 2 or 3 months to just have at it, unleash their creative genius on it, and come up with what we have today.
Vedran Skopash is the Mosaic Center project architect. Originally from Croatia, Vedran has worked in architecture on both sides of the Atlantic, and he recognizes that what the Mosaic team is putting together in Edmonton is something truly special.
It's not just a job, of course. None of my jobs were just a job, and especially not Mosaic because it's culturally different. Everyone gets to be involved in all phases, and everyone gets to contribute to the design in every phase, and everyone gets the experience and grows that way and meets the clients, meets all the different communities and different disciplines. That's why I'm going on site almost every day now. I think it could be described as an inside-out communication. So instead of starting with what and then trying to discover how, and then maybe you get to why, most of the people don't, you start with why. You can have something that is very complex, but if you are driven with something you believe in, then an hour can seem like 5 minutes because you're excited and passionate about what you do.
One of the many aspects of the Mosaic Center that sets it apart from other modern buildings, especially in the commercial sector, is that the primary building material is heavy timber, not steel. Western Arch Rib is an Edmonton-based structural wood systems company that specializes in the production of glulam. Glulam combines 2 or more layers of wood with moisture-resistant adhesive, aligning the grain for maximum durability.
In this particular case, they really wanted wood, and they were able to make it work from an economical standpoint as well as a structural and functional standpoint.
You know, Roger and Mark at Western Arch Rib were early supporters of this project. A lot of people didn't understand how to make a wood building, a glulam structure, actually fit into our sustainability core value, and they were amazing.
It's been very interesting to get involved with the consultants and the owner right from day one in helping plan the building, where wood works best, what the advantages of it, use it to its advantages where it necessarily doesn't work so well, look at other possible materials. We had a lot of beams and columns that went into the main floor, and then these will be the trusses up on the 3rd floor that cantilever out and form the large cantilever, large overhang up on the 3rd floor.
Back at the site, as the construction workers on the ground prepare to place the final truss, the leaders of the Mosaic team take the opportunity to bring everyone together to celebrate the building's progress.
I'm thrilled to welcome you all to today's topping off ceremony, commemorating the placement of the last structural beam into the Mosaic Center. This is the future home of the Mosaic family of companies. We wanted it to be a space that reflected to the outer world who we are on the inside.
This topping off ceremony gives the Mosaic stakeholders a chance to reflect on the past and dream about the future. They write their hopes and dreams for the Mosaic Center on small pieces of paper and tuck them inside the final truss as a sort of blessing. Then they stand back and watch as the symbol of their progress is lifted high into the air and secured onto the building.
You know, at the end, buildings are about people. They're not about, construction material, and that is the most important thing.
If we didn't have the right people on the bus right now, we would have got stuck in the ditch and we would have rolled this bus a long time ago. If we didn't have the right process we were bolted into, we wouldn't have the staying power or the discipline to stick with it and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
On a small scale, it's showing that when we come together, aligned on a common vision in the spirit of collaboration, that we can make magic happen.
I totally believe in this project 100% full-heartedly. It does have this potential to make a lot of change in a lot of different ways, but it's scary if it doesn't, because we kind of have all of our eggs in that basket. But I think it's good to have that balance. If you're not a little scared, then you're not really trying anything that exciting.
An important milestone has been reached, but a mountain of work remains. The construction crew will have to make up for weeks of lost time. If the Mosaic family doesn't deliver the building on time and on budget, they won't be able to prove that a high level of sustainability is possible for the cost and time frame of a conventional building. A message that is key if they hope for any widespread systematic change to take hold. It's a long journey, but a better way by design.